Hello everyone, I'm Brian, and today we're going to be reacting to Lessons from Chess Part 3, 4, and 5 by Gaur. So just to refresh back real quick from Part 1 and 2, just to add a little bit to that, what I just thought of is the fact that the boss could have at least say, hey, I see that you like taking your kids out to zoos or exhibitions. Here's tickets for you and your kids to go to another, like say a higher class exhibition, higher class, or a more expensive one. I don't know. I haven't been to anything like that in forever. But like even if you missed it, and it's like your boss sees you hard their work, and then you miss it, and for your boss to say, hey, look, you missed your opportunity to go to your kids. Tell you what, I'll get you and your kids a surprise to go to whatever it is you want, you and your family, as my thanks and gratitude for your hard work. That would make up for missing, I think. That would be amazing. Anyways, let's go to part 3.
Cosmetics and knowledge are very similar. Both do well only when they're applied. Cosmetics, when applied, can change our looks, and knowledge, when applied, can change our life. The principles, the wisdom, the techniques that we learn from our coaches, our trainers, our gurus in our respective areas where we want to excel can only fulfill our dreams and make us successful if we apply them with one pointed attention.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. Let's go real quick.
Focused through a solar panel, they can heat water.
Oh, whoops. Looks like my arrow keys wasn't working. So here, I hate this about me, but they're looking through virtual reality. They don't have controllers. So them doing that is doesn't work. But maybe they're immersed and they think they're actually
in our
doing
respective
that.
areas where we want to excel can only fulfill our dreams and make us successful if we apply them with one pointed attention and focus. I remember when I was a little boy, I somehow happened to discover the power of a magnifying glass. I called one of my friends and I told him that I'm going to show you the magical power of a magnifying glass. I remember sitting in the sun with him, taking the magnifying glass and focusing the magnifying glass on the backside of his palm. And the more pointed the focus became, this guy yelled because it burnt his hand. When the same sun's rays are focused through a magnifying glass, they have the potency to burn your hand, they have the potency to burn a piece of paper. When the same sun's rays which are scattered are focused through a solar panel, they can heat water, they can cook food. Ladies and gentlemen, when our mental energies are scattered and all over the place, we may have knowledge that our coaches and trainers give us, but we cannot actually see that knowledge bring success to us. Just like a magnifying glass, we have to minimize all distractions and bring that one pointed focus to be able to achieve success, whether the game of chess or the game of life. What we learn will only bring us success when we minimize our distractions, focus, and apply ourselves 200% to what we have learned. When Tiger Woods, the famous golfer, was asked, "What is the secret of your success?" Tiger Woods said 3 words: practice, practice, practice. And what's the practice all about? The practice is all about minimizing the distractions and maximizing our focus. When we minimize all the distractions and maximize the focus, whatever we do in our lives, whether it's a sport, whether it's academics, whether it's spirituality, whether it's personal life and discipline, whatever we do in our life, we will certainly achieve success in that particular area of life. Virat Kohli did not hit a sixer in the maternity ward. Cristiano Ronaldo did not start hitting goals in the maternity ward. Vishwanathan Ananda did not come in the maternity ward and started to play the game of chess.
I'm sorry, I was confused. Like, the maternity ward, what does it have to do with cricket and I think soccer and chess? Basically, they weren't born skilled in what they were doing. They practiced. It's like, what does a maternity ward have anything to do with what they're doing?
They got trained under an expert master, a coach. They minimized their distractions. They increased their focus. They practiced. They practiced. They practiced. They applied themselves. And this is why they excelled and came to the level of success that they are experiencing today.
And I hate to do this, but I want to bring in a little bit of reality too into this. This kind of person I am. I look at all things in all sides. So there is something innate in each of us that makes us pretty good at something. Like, I don't think no matter how many times I practice, I will probably never be as good as a golfer as Tiger Woods or anyone out there that plays golf seriously. No matter how many times I practice basketball, I probably will not make it to the NBA. You will get good at it, that's for sure. You'll be very good at it. But to make it to these sports, major league sports, these people, not only are they already practiced like you, but there's a little bit of extra nature in them, whether it be height, whether it be forearm, whether it be something that excels them in a sport. So I also want to bring this down a little bit to reality that yes, you can practice and become very good at something, but don't necessarily expect to be as good as the best. You could very well be better than the best, and give it a shot for sure. But don't go out there thinking that by practicing you'll be the best. Practice to be good. Practice to love the sport. Practice to do better. But don't practice to thinking that you're going to be the best. Be a little bit realistic and humble in your decision to practice at something. I guess that's what I always do, or try to. I'm still trying to get the practicing portion going, but I will get there eventually. Let me go ahead and start part 4, so I'll be right back. Alright, part 4, let's go ahead and get started.
Recently, a gentleman asked me, you travel so much, you're constantly on the go, you're moving around all over the place all the time. When do you actually prepare your lectures? I told him, preparing a lecture is not a very big deal. I read so much, I hear from my colleagues, I interact with people so much, and on all my travels I get so much experience. Don't they say that the best stories of your life are found between the pages of the passport? You put all of this together and within a short while you can prepare a fantastic talk. So realistically speaking, working on a talk is a very small part of the deal. Working on myself is a large part of the deal. To be spiritually inspired, to be intellectually nourished, to be emotionally satisfied. That's the large part of the deal. Because it's not our words or our works that create an inspiring impact on the people whom we serve. It's who we are, our experience, how we feel internally is what we are actually giving people. And this is why, like in the game of chess, if we want to win the game, we can't always just move forward.
In the first part, didn't he say just to move forward, or to keep, or is it to keep moving? I think to keep moving.
Sometimes we have to move backwards to be able to get that time to rejuvenate and revitalize ourselves, to be able to actually get that time to reflect and strategize how to move forward with double the force and double the impact. Don't we always find that when an arrow is shot, it's pulled backwards so that when it is shot, it can go with its full potential and double the force towards its target? And in order to take that step backward, we could do it in two different ways. I call it conscious opportunities or crisis opportunities. Conscious opportunities means we know that it's important to step backwards and work on ourselves. We give it the necessary priority. Don't they say where attention goes, energy flows? So we consciously create that opportunity to take a break. We take a break before we break down so that we can come back with inspiration to relaunch ourselves. And then there is crisis opportunities, which means when crisis happens, when calamity happens, we transform that crisis into an opportunity to work on ourselves. Steve Jobs, when he was chucked out of Apple Incorporation that he himself had formed and established, he loved his work. In that time he worked on himself. He found the love of his life and made that relationship strong. He created Pixar and Next Animation. And when Apple hired him back, he came back with double the force. This is how we find the kind of incredible technology that Apple has been able to contribute to the world. Winning the game of life or winning the game of chess means not to just keep moving forward, but also to move backwards. I say always, moving backwards is not a sign of weakness or cowardice. I feel it's the greatest expression of wisdom. We press the pause, not because we want to pause. We press the pause because we want to press the play and come back with double the energy, double the force, and double the impact in order to achieve what we want to achieve in our lives.
The only thing I guess I kind of got from that is I would say probably, stepping backwards, or I guess I could also interpret this as being able to think in all directions. Again, it goes back to what he was saying in the part 1 or part 2 about being flexible. It's not always, don't always have a very strict plan to always move forward, but to also be flexible in your plan that should anything occur that you can move in any direction. You can adjust your plan accordingly to what is needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and watch part 5. I wish you'd incorporate more chess into this, but anyways, I'll be right back. Alright, now for the last part 5.
Life is a game, and if you want to win, play it well. How do you play a game well? By mastering it. And how do you achieve mastery in a game? By learning the game from a master who has himself or herself gained mastery in that particular game. When we get trained from such an expert coach, he or she, by his or her experience, expertise, wisdom, realization, can impart to us the principles, the techniques, the subtleties, the nuances, the nitty-gritties of that particular trade. For example, if one wants to learn the game of chess, one can take lessons from a book. Now, what the book can offer us is the text, but what a master can offer us is the context in which the text actually gets its depth and its meaning. When we approach an expert, experienced, wise, realized master, he or she can invest in our strengths and help those strengths grow and flourish. Such a master can even spot and identify our weaknesses and probably transform those weaknesses into our strength.
Oh, that's a really short one. And again, reality for me is to be careful who you consider your master or who you learn your lessons from. There are scammers out there. And also, another thing is to don't think there's just one master. Don't find one person and think that's going to be the person for you, because it could not be. Much like me with watching this video, so I don't watch any one particular one. I do have a group of people that I watch, and I watch them all, but I don't have anyone that I follow strictly, because each of them teach in their own unique way that I understand differently, which I combine in terms of my experience and knowledge. Each of them teach a little bit differently that helps me understand things differently. Just put it that way. So don't think there's only ever one. Sometimes there could be multiple. Sometimes just by observing people's lives and how they do things. I mean, the internet has been so open to a lot of people posting about their wisdoms on there. Grand Stefan, I watch his for he got me into investing, so I started it up. Had I not watched it, I don't think I would have invested. Although investing now might not be a bad time, but investing prior to now, it's probably looking pretty bad. Like really bad. But anyways, I do believe it to be a wise thing to invest. So the internet is full of people with knowledge. Be careful who you listen to. Even me. Absolutely. Like I said before, do not ever go on anyone's channel and say I believe them. Go in there saying I don't know or I don't believe you. At least for me, that's what I want you to do. You don't believe me or you don't know. That must be your start in any one of my videos. Never ever ever should you ever say I believe you, unless it's something that you personally experienced that you concluded to that my answer is the same as yours. It's like, yes, that's what I did. What you said is what I did and it worked for me. I believe you there. Only then is the exception. Otherwise, it's I don't believe you, which I prefer, or I don't know, which you're in the middle. But never ever in a positive. Anyways, that's my reaction to Lessons from Chess Part 5 by Gaur Gopal Das. I wish he incorporated more from chess. It's like he just takes one part from chess and then he goes like away from chess. I like chess. I think you could probably pull a lot of life lessons from chess. And the one I said in the very beginning of part 1, I really enjoyed about the pawn. If you haven't heard me say it, you have to go back and watch it. I'm not going to say it here. Alright, anyways, that's my reaction from Lessons from Chess by Gaur Gopal Das. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Why can I not speak today? Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next vid.